this is a pretty steep area.
Up and then down in.
Yeah. Yeah, you go up, and then it looks like we're going down into the canyon area now. All right, not too crowded so far. We were a little concerned that it was going to be really crowded today, but it's not. It looks like a little bitty rest area with a cafe and a store and restrooms, and then the visitor center is down here at the end. There's some big signs here, marquees, talking about the people of Bahar. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Pajarito, I'm sure that's not it, but they've lived in this plateau since the end of the last ice age, about 11,000 years ago. That's incredible. And this one talks about the influence of the CCC in this area. Okay. And the wilderness area. I thought this was cool too. This is, they think, I guess, a rendition of what they think it looked like back then. Okay, good morning, everybody. Shannon and Karen with Wandering Out Yonder. Today we are in Bandelier National Monument. We are going to be checking out some of the ruins in this area and how these people lived here. I believe about 11,000 years ago, they have a record of when they first started living here. So we're going to be looking at some of the cliff dwellings and just the forest that's down in a canyon, which is kind of cool. The last place that we did something like this, it was all in the canyon. You had to walk through the top of the canyon down into it. So kind of interesting. Here we go. So we're beginning the trail. Takes you to some of the dwellings. The beautiful canyon that you're in. All right, so
The pink rock of the canyon looks like sandstone, but is actually volcanic ash that compacted over time into a soft, crumbly rock called tuff. Tuff is very easily eroded by the action of wind and rain.
So anyhow, this is an interpretive trail. You can buy a little trail map, a guide, yeah, right there, which we did. I think they loan them to you, but we just buy ours and then we have them. But this is what Shannon was talking about, the, yeah, it looks like sandstone, but it's not sandstone.
Over time, the exposed rock takes on a Swiss cheese appearance.
Mm-hmm, very cool. It's pretty out today, too. We have a beautiful day ahead of us. Okay, so this is the main loop. And it's not too far. About a mile and a half or something. Yeah. Anyhow, we are at marker number 3 here.
It's talking about the creek. It is one of the few places on the plateau where water flows year-round.
And it's over there on that trail, just down from that trail.
And in extreme drought, the waters of the creek may not reach the Rio Grande, which is 2.5 miles downstream.
Anyhow, you are down in the canyon area. And they used, I guess, this area down here for farming. They used grid farm, landscape farming. Down here, they would grid it out with stone and rocks. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I don't know what bird that is. You hear it? Right, so we are coming up on one of the ruins.
The underground structure, called a Kiva, was an important part of the ceremonial cycle and culture.
We saw one of these in Upotki National Monument. It was a beautiful Kiva. They did allow you to go inside of it, although a lot of these areas do not want you going in. They consider it.
It says when in use, this would have been covered by a roof made of wood and earth.
Mm-hmm. They're considered a sacred place in a lot of the Pueblo areas that you can go into on the Indian reservations, and they don't want you going inside of them. But this is the one here. Super cool. Pretty. You can see there's still snow remnants. Still hanging on. We are at marker number 6. Wow, look at this. And here are some of the ruins. These look very similar to the ones that we've seen before in some of the areas that we've been visiting.
This area belongs to the village of Kuwini.
Yeah. Wow. They extend way out and all around. And there's some more Kivas in here. I can see those from here. But yeah. Beautiful. So they think that this area that we're looking at now is what it originally looked like. And it was circular. And you can kind of see that you're in a kind of a circle here area. What is this here?
This is talking about the village as a whole.
Yeah, some more dugout ruin areas. Another one. Maybe these were storage areas of some sort. Who knows? Anyhow, super cool. Beautiful cliffs in front of us. Yep, really beautiful. It's going to be taking us up here to look at some of the cliff dwellings. So pretty. Just beautiful, the way that the erosion has caused all of these crevices and pockets inside of this lava sediment. Very cool. Wow, look at that back in there. So pretty. Look at that. The different layers of erosion going on here. So cool. Mother Nature doing its thing here. That's what I call earth art. Beautiful. They have these dwellings scattered all throughout that you can climb up the ladders and look inside. Okay, from up here you can see the circular outline of the area that we were just in. All right, Shannon's gonna go up. She's going to videotape her climb up. I was afraid to do that. I was hanging on because my knees are not doing too good. I don't trust them. Yep. Shannon's going to go up. She's going to videotape. I was afraid to do that. I was hanging on because my knees are not doing too good. I don't trust them.
Super cool. You can see that the fire. The marks from the fire again.
so you can see up the cliffs, the pocketed erosion in this lava rock. I can't remember what you called it, Shannon. Tuff. That's what it's. Tuff is the name of the rock. It's actually lava sediment is what it is. Ash sediment, yeah. All right, so this is stop number 12 on the tour. What's number 12, Shannon? Oh, look at this.
This one was reconstructed.
Okay. This is a reconstruction of...
1920, to give you an idea of how the cliff homes look.
Okay. In 1920, they reconstructed this to give you an idea of what the cliff homes looked like. So they were actually completely covered with little holes for getting in and out and ventilation and so forth. As you can see, like different rooms. And I believe that they entered these through the top, not through the sides like that. See, they go way up the cliff there like that.
I don't know where it says do not enter, and you can clearly see footprints in there.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. Look at this. Beautiful. So cool. Yep, it's something that you see everywhere you go out here with these Puebloan ruins. Is how they utilize the resources around them to live. Nothing more. I mean, just so interesting. All right, more stairs. Just love the walls of this canyon. So pretty, so interesting. It's quite different on the other side right now. Shannon is going to go into this one. It's a much larger dwelling. Yes. Yeah, see, this one extends all the way around over here. So this is a rather large one up in here. Anyhow, they have these little wooden ladders that you can climb up to get into them. So cool, so pretty. Again, the back side of this area that I've been taping is pretty. Just the way the rocks are eroding, it's cool. And then up the canyon wall here, you can see right there some of the remnants of the stonework right there in the canyon.
This is when you're actually able to get up in. So again, up inside of this one, kind of multiple little rooms, little levels. And now I gotta go back down that.
Okay, so here comes Shannon.
That was a little horrifying. Well, this one is actually steeper than Walnut Canyon. And the steps are sandy, which kind of makes them slick.
Okay, so just so you can see, some really skinny little steep steps that you go up and down throughout this area. I also wanted to show you there is a circular village, another view
really
from up
cool
top.
from up here.
Yeah, very cool.
This
All
is
right.
a Kiva.
Keep it special. Oh no, take to a very sacred place. It's known as a cave Kiva. Oh no. Wow, I bet there's petroglyphs in there. Super cool.
Look at the little
All
window
right.
off to the left.
Yeah, this right here is a cave Kiva. These were ceremonial sacred places. Wow. Okay, Shannon, go on.
You don't want to.
Shannon's gonna climb up, get some video. I might climb up and peek inside.
This is like a perfect dome.
All right. We're getting ready to come around to see the Long House. Is that what it's called, Shannon? And the Alcove House, which they have that one closed. You can't go inside.
Bummer.
Bummer, bummer, yeah.
We were really
It's a main attraction here. Look at this tree. Wow, gorgeous. Next to the canyon wall there. Oh my God, that's beautiful. Fantastic. This is stop number 19. And you can see some of the ruins here. They go back into the cave, into the walls of the cavern.
Against the rock face, the housing units could have been several stories tall.
Yeah.
You can determine how many stories were present by counting the rows of holes. Extended families lived together within these homes. Each group had their own storage room, sleeping quarters, and kiva.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So you can see again, these are just the ruins that are left, but there were actually big dwellings that ran up the sides of the cavern, and they utilized the inside of the cavern. You see that over there? Yeah, you can see with the post holes where the logs would have gone through for the roof. You can see them all over the side of the canyon. You see up here, like right there. That was probably post holes from logs.
Yep.
Yeah, that supported the roof or the floor of another home or dwelling. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see.
Look at some of the rocks they're stuck in.
Yeah, you can see, and you can see the blackened roof inside there, probably from fires. They use those to fumigate as well as provide warmth. So it also helped to bake the mud into the walls and the roof of their structures, from what I understand and what I've read. So cool, so interesting. Yeah, I mean, it was a huge, huge community. Just, I can't even imagine how many people probably lived here. Yeah, it was like an apartment complex, Shannon. I guess you could compare. If you see all the post holes in the side of the canyon here,
Yeah,
that was part of it. I mean, those were for supports. roof and flooring supports for the next one up, because you can see there's those. There's those. So it looks like they went up 2 or 3 stories at least, that you can see from here. Pretty cool.
Pictograph was part of the back wall of a second-story dwelling, uncovered behind a layer of plaster. This pictograph was probably created for a very specific purpose, then later covered over.
Pretty cool. They preserved that. This is what they consider the long
I
house.
believe it's the longhouse.
Yeah, it runs all the way down this cavern, or this cliff here. And you can see the post holes all along the walls here. You can even see them up there. Look at this, yeah. Look at that up there. Anyhow, across from the longhouse is the other side of the ridge here, and you can hear the creek flowing. And the water source from that is there are the snow-capped mountains around here, and it flows out to the Rio Grande, which is about 2 miles from here. But you can hear it flowing.
Look up there.
Yeah, you see the petroglyph up there? Very cool. You can hear the creek down there. Okay, again, some of the petroglyphs on the outside wall.
Not as clear as
No.
looks like a bear or something, maybe.
Yep.
Oh wow, cool manners.
So I'm getting ready to cross over this creek that we keep hearing. This is the creek that, the fresh water that fed the community that was here. And this is fed from the snow-capped mountains, like I said before, and finds its way down to the Rio Grande. So I guess during the dry season, I don't know what they did. I guess they had to store as much water as they could. I don't know.
Things that you would see at different elevations.
Yeah, the biological diversity. High desert to wooded mountains. Yeah, we saw this in
Walnut Canyon?
God. Brain fart. But yeah, you see it in these canyons where one side gets more sun than the other. So one side is more of a desert landscape and the other is more of a, like, pines and that sort of thing.
Oh, so it says that some animals are confined to like their area, and elk can go anywhere from 6 that they can do it all. Interesting.
Yep. It's another little marquee talking about the landscape formed by both sudden dramatic volcanic eruptions and the slow forces of erosion. That must be what we were looking at just a minute ago. That flows down into the Grand Canyon. So you can see there's the creek and here's the Rio Grande. Okay, cool. Beautiful. There's some of the common birds. So these are Gamble oak trees. You can see them all along through here. Quite a few of them, which you don't see this in these elevations too much. The hardwoods.
Or out west, we haven't seen much of the hardwoods.
Yeah, a lot of the pines. Now, these are some of the insects that they say are interesting. Personally, I'm not interested in insects, but I know that they serve a purpose. Anyhow, crossing back over the creek again. The Frijoles Creek, I think is what it's called. Could be wrong.
Such a nice sound that we haven't heard in a while.
Mm-hmm. I love to hear the sound of running water. So thanks everybody for coming with us today as we went wandering out yonder here in Bandelier National Monument. We are glad we got here early, and if you are making a trip out here, we suggest you get here early.
It's a small parking lot.
And it's not a huge area, and there's a train of people going through now.
And if you want time to be able to explore the couple places that you can get in,
Right.
we're glad we were here early.
Now the Alcove House is closed, and the trail, you can't even take the trail back to look at it.
Bummer. It
So
was not
that's-
like that when we looked it up.
Well,
when
but
we
it's one of
planned
the
it.
main attractions here. But that's okay because we did get to see the ruins, and
Yep.
it was super cool.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
Just
alright.
can't complain. Beautiful day. All right, thanks for coming along, guys. We'll see you later. All right, so again, get here early. When we got here, there might have been 10 cars.
Hour and a half later.
This is an hour and a half later, and it is just hundreds of people here in the visitor center area waiting to go up. So it's packed. So get here early.